Hello everyone, from this video we will talk about Onshape. So Onshape is a cloud-based CAD software which is free to use. So you don't need to install any software in your computer. You just need a Chrome browser like Chrome, and we can search for Onshape here, and here is Onshape. Now you can just create an account here by clicking sign up now, and you have to put your first name, your last name and your email, and you can just click next here and your account will be created. I have already created my account, so I will just sign in on my account. I will just put my email and password and log into my account. So as you can see, I have done lots of projects here on Onshape. So you can share any project here by just clicking this share icon, and on link sharing you can just copy this link and give it to someone else. Now you can also delete your project will be moved to trash, just like recycle bin in your computer. And the important thing is that you will see a globe icon here, and this means this project is by default is public, so any user on Onshape can view your project, because on free plan all the projects will be on public domain. So if you want to make it private, then you have to go for the paid plans. Now if you want to view other user projects, you can just click on public here, and you can search for any project name. Let's search for robotic arm, and here there are lots of projects, and here is one robotic arm that someone designed. You can view their project. You can also copy their project, or you can just export this file in any file format. You can export in STEP or STL. And let's search for another project, and it is called anyone. Now if you haven't heard about this guy who has designed a laptop from scratch, you can see his video here on YouTube. So basically he has done all the mechanical design and electronics design from scratch, and he used Onshape for his mechanical design, and we can view his project in Onshape. So here is the laptop that he designed. There are lots of components here. You can see, you can also copy them or export them. So let's make our project. So let's create account and create document. We can just give it name, let's say tutorial 1, and it will be created in public domain. So as soon as you create the document, you will see 3 planes: top plane, right plane, and origin at the center. To rotate right click on your mouse and move. You can also rotate by using this cube icon here. And this is a light theme. For dark mode, you can just click on here and switch to dark mode. Now let's create a model first. So to create any model, we have to make a sketch first. So I will click on a sketch and select a plane. Let's say right plane. And to view, and there are lots of elements you can choose from here. And there are lines, there are circles, there are rectangles, splines, and there are many things. So let's choose circle here and create a circle, and we can just give dimension by using this icon, or we can just click D from your keyboard and specify a dimension like 100, and we can just finish this sketch. Now after finishing our sketch, we have to extrude this. So we will use extrude command from here, and we will select the sketch, and we have to keep the depth value. We can just give value from here, or we can also use this arrow to change the depth value. And after making the value, we can just click here, and our first model will be created. Now if you want to change the units, click on this icon, then go for workspace units, and there are units for length and for angles and mechanical like kilogram, pound. So we can just choose foot, centimeter, or from degree or radian, or kilogram, pound, gram. So we will choose millimeter, and angle will be degree, and weight will be kilogram. Now let's see the bottom section first. We are in the part studio here, so any part will be created will be located here. So part will be created here. A part is solid 3D object like a cube or a bar, and this is assembly. So multiple parts will form an assembly on this tab. You can create multiple part studio, and you can also create multiple assembly by using this plus icon. You can also create 2D drawing from this tab. So any drawing will be created from your 3D object that you have created, that you will create at first. So you can just insert your 3D model, and your drawing will be created automatically. And you can just choose your top view. You can change the view angle. You can also import like image for reference, or any other 3D files like a step file or a STL file. Now there are other things, like here is a create CAM studio, which stands for computer aided manufacturing. It is used for CNC and milling, so you can simulate your CNC tool, but it's paid, so you have to upgrade your plans. And there is PCB studio, which is used for electronics design, and there is a render studio which is used for render your 3D model. On the right bottom you can measure your model, do analysis, you can measure like all this thing, like from this edge, from top edge to bottom edge. Here is all the dimension, all the measurement here. Now you can also do analysis like zebra stripe or curve deviation, curve analysis, and there are lots of analysis tools given here. We will talk about them in a future video. And you can also measure your object, like you can also measure the weight of your it. So to measure the weight, you have to define the material. What material we are using. So we have to assign a material first. So to assign a material, we have to click on part, right click on your part, and there will be option called assign material, and we can assign any material from, let's say for 3D printing we can give the material to PLA, which is widely used in 3D printing. Now you can measure the 3D object. Now here is the weight of your model, and it will be very helpful in your 3D printing. There are some other values like volume or surface area, which will be helpful if you. Now that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.